Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the Bang & Olufsen H95 wireless noise cancelling headphones. These are the flagship headphones for Bang & Olufsen. They're a Danish company that's been making audio products for I think pretty much 100 years now. I think since the 1920s. So they've been at it a long time, and they're actually more well known for making a lot of luxury premium products. So a lot of their products are very, very expensive. This headphone is no exception. They're $1,000 US MSRP. That's one of the most expensive wireless headphones that you can buy on the market right now. So in a previous video, I did a comparison between my Bowers Wilkins PX8 and the Full Cup These. Those are two of the most expensive wireless headphones, and yeah, and I didn't actually mention the Bang & Olufsen H95s because I just kind of slipped my mind that these guys also make a really high-end wireless noise cancelling headphone as well. So now I got this in, we can kind of test it, and I am also interested in the sound quality of these as well. So the reason why I haven't tested many Bang & Olufsen products on my channel is because I just think that they focus a little bit too much on the luxury type of aesthetic, right? They focus so much on the design, the feel, the materials, and everything, whereas the functionality of products seems to be secondary to them. It's like the primary thing for them is how it looks, the design, and everything, and then secondary is the actual performance of the product. So that's why I think the last product I reviewed from them was the HX, which are their lower end. Well, it's not low end, but it's kind of their mid-range wireless headphones now, and wasn't impressed with them at all. I thought the Sony 1000XM5s, I thought the Sennheiser Momentum 4s, and the Bowers Wilkins PX7S2 all sounded better for less price. And even the Bose, actually, noise cancelling 700s, I thought sounded a bit better. But anyways, yeah, that's why I didn't really have many Bang & Olufsen products in before. But I saw these at a discount online. I got these for about $600 US, which is a nice discount from the $1,000 MSRP. So, just picked it up to see, how they might sound like. And also I wanted to do a comparison between this and my Bowers Wilkins PX8s, which are currently my wireless headphones of choice. And the Bowers Wilkins PX8 retails for $700 US. They're pretty high end as well. So it'll be an interesting comparison between these two headphones, I think. So yeah, let's take a look at what they have first. So first of all, I don't have the box for this because it's I just got this secondhand, but I can tell that the case is pretty nicely designed. It's a pretty, well, I guess it's normal sized for a wireless headphone this size, comparison to my Bowers Wilkins McLaren Edition case. Yeah, it's pretty much similar footprint, I suppose, but this one is more of like a hard shell. This is like, yeah, it's like a softer case, I guess, and this is like more of a harder case. So this will take up a bit more room in your backpack because it is thicker. So keep that in mind compared to most other wireless headphone cases. All right, now let's see what's inside. All right, so let's look at this, right? Bang & Olufsen has always, like I said, prioritized the design of their headphones, and these are quite a looker. They come in many different colors. I happen to get the one that has gold in it, which I think is, if you're paying this much for a wireless headphone, why not get something that looks pretty premium and luxurious, which these do, right? So they look really nice, as you would expect. Anything from Bang & Olufsen, they all look really nice. Like I said, they prioritize the design of their products more than anything else. So yeah, all their products look really nice. These are no exception. They're highest end headphones, of course. Let's take a look at what else you get here. You have a little slot here, and storage, I guess, compartment, and you get a USB-A to USB-C cable right here for charging your headphones. You get an airplane adapter, which is nice because these days, actually, I don't really see many headphone manufacturers include these anymore. I don't think even Sony does that anymore. I remember my old Sony 1000XM3s did. I'm not sure if the 1000XM5 still do or not, but it's nice of Bang & Olufsen to provide you a Bang & Olufsen branded airplane adapter. This is a pretty premium airplane adapter. And then a 3.5 to 3.5 cable right here. So yeah, that's pretty much the essentials, and plus a nice little extra that you get, which is pretty nice. All fits in this nice little compartment right here. So that's it for the case. yeah, for comparison, this is the Bowers Wilkins PX8 case. It just comes with a little compartment right here to store the cables. Bowers Wilkins is interesting because they also have a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter connection, which is quite interesting. They're the only headphones that I know that do that. So anyways, pretty interesting here. Both have nice cases, just depends on your preference, right? I guess you could say the Bang & Olufsen one looks a little bit more premium. So that aside, let's compare the headphones. So Bang & Olufsen H95s definitely looks like a step up from the HXs I had before. You can tell this is like, yeah, this is really nice premium material, aluminum and stuff. So yeah, this dial here, I presume, is for volume adjustment. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually not sure why you would have two. I'm guessing one would be for volume adjustment, and what's the other one for, like, going to the next track or something like that, although that's not really something you should do with a dial though. But anyways, curiously, yeah, they have two dials, both on each side, that are movable, which is a pretty unique design aesthetic. I haven't really seen this on other headphones before. Yeah, I mean, if it's physical controls, I'm all for it because I actually don't like touch controls. I find touch controls usually very finicky. So anyways, I'm all for physical controls. You have a USB-C port right here. It's for charging. Then a 3.5 millimeter for connecting to your wired sources. Then this is the power switch right here. You switch it on, and then you can switch it to Bluetooth, I guess, to pair your Bluetooth. So yeah, all in all, it's really nice. You can see left and right just from the inside here, which is nice. I prefer that design. And then they used lambskin leather. So nice premium materials here. All premium materials. This looks like, yeah, pretty soft cloth, yeah, type of feel. And then this is definitely premium lambskin leather. So anyways, they swivel down like this. They also fold up like this, actually. So that's really nice for if you're, of course, using this traveling for portable use. It's nice that they fold up. So that's something I wish the newer Sony 1000XM5s did, but the older Sonys did was fold up like this. So that makes it really easy for that makes it really easy to use when you're traveling. So yeah, I like that they swivel down and then they fold up. So compared to my Bowers Wilkins PX8s now. So compared to the PX8s, PX8s also use very premium materials, so also aluminum right here. They use a leather headband right here, whereas the H95s use more of a cloth type of feeling. I don't know exactly what this material is, but it feels like cloth. But very premium cloth, I guess. And then, yeah, Bowers & Wilkins just use leather here. And they use leather for the ear cups here, same thing as the Bang & Olufsen's. They also indicate the ear cups on the inside here, just like the Bang & Olufsen. So both of these companies did a really good job with the design, I feel. So yeah, these have angled drivers here. These don't, I don't think. They're both 40 millimeter drivers. But yeah, both of them have the left-right on the inside, so it's very easy to tell. So I like that. And then in terms of controls, the PX8s also have the switch right here, Bluetooth pairing, pretty much the same switch as the Bang & Olufsen. The volume adjustment is done here with this is a kind of a mode switch right here. You can switch between the ambient mode and then change the noise canceling levels. You have a dedicated Google Assistant button right here, which is nice too. Or I should just say Assistant button because it depends on what you're using. But yeah, they have a dedicated Assistant button, which is cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What's unique about the Bowers & Wilkins PX8 is that the USB-C goes into a 3.5 millimeter, so they don't have a separate 2.5 millimeter jack. And Bowers & Wilkins is the only one I know that does this. So yeah, it's very interesting. But it also makes it harder to find cables for them. It's very rare to actually find, well, not common, I should say, to find a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter cable. Whereas it's much easier to find replacement 3.5 millimeter cables for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys can tell the design of both of these headphones are pretty nice. They're both very premium looking headphones, and they should be for the price. The H95 is $300 more MSRP, although it's $200 more than this particular one. This is the McLaren edition, which I got just for the color. Yeah, it's just I like the color on the McLaren better. But yeah, normally $300 difference between these two. I think they're both using very premium materials. Battery life, PX8 says 30 hours with the ANC on, and then Bang & Olufsen says 38 hours with the ANC on. So the Bang & Olufsen have a little bit of an edge, but we'll see how that holds up. Also, curiously, I noticed that on the spec sheet on the websites of both of these, it's interesting because Bang & Olufsen focuses a lot on the design and materials of their headphone, not so much on the technical details that much. So they don't actually tell me what Bluetooth codec they're using. They're just saying, oh, we, of course, is using some kind of Bluetooth, but I don't know exactly aptX or, yeah, what kind of aptX codec is it? I don't know what Bluetooth version is it. Yeah, instead, they actually said that it's IP53, I think, resistant, which is interesting. I didn't expect this to be water resistant, but they said it's like IP53 resistant, which is interesting. Bowers Wilkins PX8 doesn't have that, but also they offer more technical specs on their website. So this is 5.2 Bluetooth and also aptX adaptive, aptX HD compatible. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Bang & Olufsen didn't even list the Bluetooth codecs that they're using, which is something important, right? If you care about sound quality, I want to know what kind of aptX codecs that you're using on your headphone, or if you're using LDAC. But I don't find that on Bang & Olufsen's website. Bowers and Wilkins, yeah, I know, because they just tell me. So I find that Bang & Olufsen perhaps should have, you know, gave a little bit more information on the technical specs of their headphones instead of just talking about the design, but I guess that's just how they are. Right, like I said, they're design first company. Bowers and Wilkins also is great design, but I've also liked the sound quality of their stuff too. Also, both of these companies are very historic speaker manufacturers. So Bang & Olufsen, like I said, goes back 100 years to 1920s where they're making radios and stuff. Bowers and Wilkins started in the 1960s making speakers, and they have a historic background in loudspeakers. They still sell high-end loudspeakers even today, and are still most well known for their loudspeakers. Actually, they're essentially a loudspeaker company that just happens to be dabbling in headphones. Bang & Olufsen, yeah, again, more of a loudspeaker company, but they're also known for their lifestyle products as well, like for portable speakers and headphones as well. Bowers & Wilkins dabbles in it, but they're still more well known as a loudspeaker manufacturer. But yeah, I'm going to test both of these, just do some subjective listening tests, tell you guys what I think, and then also compare it to the full cut with these as well, which I don't have anymore, but I kind of remember what that sound was, so I can give you guys my opinion. So yeah, stay tuned. So yeah, it's nice that the H95s can like fold up like this, which makes it, you know, more portable and everything, but actually it doesn't really matter if you're planning on using this case, because once you put in this case, the case still takes up a lot of space. So, so yeah, it's not like it actually, like, even if you unfold them, I mean, unfolded, it takes up almost the exact same amount of space as the actual case itself. So yeah, it's not like you're saving that much space by being able to fold it up. I mean, if you don't use the case, then I guess it's fine, but then you risk the, you risk the chance of actually like scratching your, your nicely designed, beautiful looking headphones if you do that. So if you plan on using the case, then yeah, it doesn't actually save that much space because the case itself is actually still pretty big. So anyways, I just find that kind of like a useless feature. If they're gonna make you fold up like this but then put in a big case like this, it doesn't really save too much space. They could put it just like in a smaller pouch, I guess would be fine, but since they wanted the case to look good, well, yeah, kind of a moot point to make the headphones fold up then. Alright, so now I have the Bang & Olufsen H95 with the Bowers Wilkins PX8s here, and we're gonna test them out against each other. So first I'm going to try on the PX8s. These are my current headphones. I'm fairly familiar with them, and just to get a reference for the sound. Alright, so the switch turn on. Yeah, so first thing I noticed is the noise cancellation on the PX8s is very good. I mean, I did this review where I compared all these wireless headphones against each other like a year ago or so, and yeah, the Bowers Wilkins, Bowers and Wilkins in general, their noise cancellation is quite good. They're probably right behind Sony and Bose. So Sony and Bose are kind of the leaders in noise cancellation technology. So far, Sony and Bose at the top when it comes to, I guess Apple is there as well. I heard the AirPods Max is really good. I haven't tried the AirPods Max because it's mostly for Apple products, but yeah, I heard AirPods are up there as well. So let's just say Apple, Bose, and Sony are at the top when it comes to noise cancellation. Bowers and Wilkins just a tier below, but then it's not really like a big gap or anything like that. They're like right below. Apple, Bose, and Sony. So they're quite good. They're better than Sennheiser, Technics, Bang & Olufsen, yeah, like the other headphones I tested. So I think that's part of the reason I went with the Bowers Wilkins PX7S2 at the time, and also the PX8s, which are also very good at noise cancellation, of course. So yeah, noise cancellation for Bowers Wilkins is very good, very comfortable as well. Like, this is like a headphone I can definitely wear for many hours at a time when I'm sitting in a plane or on the train or on the bus. So yeah, let's check out some clips here. And again, these are using aptX HD, which is nice. I don't know what the Bang & Olufsen uses for the Bluetooth codec. All right, so yeah, as expected, these headphones are pretty good for wireless headphones. I would say, like, in terms of all the wireless headphones I've tried so far, I haven't tried the Mark Levinson 5909s, but I've tried, and I haven't tried these yet, but I've tried like pretty much all the other high-end wireless headphones, not AirPods Max though. But yeah, these ones are probably the best sound quality except for Focal Batiste. Focal Batiste is still higher in terms of the detail retrieval, and that's really what Focal is good at, so no surprise there. But just, you know, it's right below the Focals, I think. Also, I preferred the soundstage of the PX8s over the Focals, and also, yeah, I like the design better as well. That's just a personal preference thing, and the noise cancellation on these is superior to the Focals. So I remember why I chose the, I did a comparison between the PX8s and the Focal Batiste, and ended up choosing the PX8s mostly for noise cancellation, soundstage, and design, even though the Focals had better detail. All right. I'm going to try the Bang & Olufsen H95s now. All right, so do the same thing. It's pretty much the same mechanism as the PX8s. The same like switch where you push it up for the Bluetooth. Oh, these ones you have to download the app. Okay. The Bowers Wilkins has an app too, but I guess with Bang & Olufsen they really make you download that app. Sony is kind of like this too. Like when you pair your Sony headphones to your phone, they're like, you gotta download this app. Okay. It's kind of annoying, you know, like I want to just be able to use the headphones, but you have to have this app thing. Okay, well I guess we can, I'm just going to describe the stock sound then. Of course with these apps you can always, you know, mess around with the EQ and stuff, but I'm just going to describe the stock sound, whatever sound profile they have on by default. Okay, put this on. All right, so this is noise cancellation on, right? Yeah, this is noise cancellation is on. Is not quite as good as the PX8s, and I'm not surprised because back when I tested the HXs against the PX7S2s, yeah, the noise cancellation on the Bowers was still better. So this, yeah, noise cancellation, I mean, it's there, of course, right? There is noise cancellation, but it's definitely not the same as the PX8s. The PX8s definitely have better noise cancellation. I would also say the PX8s are a little bit more comfortable too, because the ear cups on the PX8s are a little bit more oval, so it fits my ears a little bit better. Whereas on the H95s, it's like more circular, so it doesn't fit my ears as well. So it's a little bit more. This feels like, yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable actually. It feels more like on-ear headphones in a way, because the ear cups are just, yeah, they're like smaller and they're round. But it's not really uncomfortable, but it's definitely not as comfortable as the PX8s. All right, but sure, I can still listen, you know, with these for like an hour or so or 2 hours. It's fine. It's just I would prefer the comfort of the PX8s more. Oh, I gotta like sign up for an account and everything. All right, gotta like, we'll log into the app. These earphones are not as sensitive. I mean, these headphones are not as sensitive. I gotta turn up the volume on these more. Okay, so kind of get what these headphones are like now. So first of all, yes, this little dial here on the right side is for volume. This dial, I'm still not quite sure what it does. It does something, but it's not noticeable actually, like exactly what it does. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there is an assistant button here as well. It's like really tiny, but this is like yeah, a Google Assistant type of button. So this one has one just like the Bowers and Wilkins does. So yeah, assistant button, and not quite sure what this dial does still. Does something, but it's not obvious to me what it is. This is a volume dial, and then yeah, the actual my opinion on these headphones. So first of all, it's not as comfortable as the PX8s. Like I said, the oval ear cups of the PX8s fit my ears better. This one's like more circular ear cups, doesn't fit my ears as well. I think for most people's ears, it's going to rest more on like almost on top of your ear, so it's not as comfortable. Not to say that it's uncomfortable or anything, it's just relatively speaking, it's not as comfortable as the PX8s. And you know, materials and everything are just as good. Of course, design, obviously, they're both nicely designed in my opinion. So that's kind of just a wash there. Depends on what kind of design you like. I think Bang & Olufsen's really known for their design. So, you know, obviously they look really nice. Very luxury and premium. Materials and everything are really good. But yes, sound quality wise and so noise cancellation wise, the Bowers and Wilkins are still better. These cancel out more noise. I would say about like a good 20% more noise, just from, yeah, just from like listening to the ambient noise going on outside. Yeah, I would say that about 20% more noise cancellation on the Bowers and Wilkins, roughly speaking. And then the actual sound quality wise, these are good, but they're not as good overall as the PX8s are. So yeah, the sound quality here, I mean, it's for a headphone that costs like $400, it would be okay. But for a headphone that costs $1,000, no, I mean, it's not up to that level of sound quality at all. I mean, yeah, what can I say? Like the sound stage is not as big as the PX8s are. The detail retrieval isn't as much as the PX8s. I had to really turn up the volume actually to be able to hear stuff because this, for some reason, it's just not as sensitive as the PX8s. So I really had to turn up the volume on my DAP to hear that. So that's I guess these okay. Yeah, the volume dial. I guess it's cool, but it's not actually any better than just the buttons, the volume buttons on the PX8s. Yeah, it's just a cool, unique feature. You can adjust the volume like this. Oops, like this. Yeah, the right one is the volume dial, so you can adjust the volume like this. So that's nice, but it's not saving me any time or actually any better than just me adjusting my volume like this on the ear cups. It's just another way of doing it. It looks cooler, I guess, but it's not actually saving me much time. It's, yeah, just another way of doing it. Because it's not like you're going to adjust the volume like massively at once, right? If you're to adjust the volume like massively, sure, the dial might be useful, but if you're usually people just going to adjust the volume little by little, then this is not that useful. It's just another way of doing it. And yeah, overall sound quality wise, does not compare to the PX8s. I think the PX8s are still better, better soundstage, more detail retrieval. The Bang & Olufsen just sounds like, yeah, it just doesn't sound like it has as much in any area. It's not, these are pretty balanced headphones, the Bowers and Wilkins, but the Bang & Olufsen just, to me, it doesn't sound as, just doesn't have as much detail. It's like, okay, these seem to be relatively balanced as well. They're not like pushing up the bass or anything like that, but it just doesn't, overall doesn't have as much detail. It just seems a little bit more veiled. So yeah, I guess that's my verdict on the Bang & Olufsen H95s. Definitely would not buy these for $1,000. For $600, I mean, it's still a bit expensive, right? I mean, you're paying more for the design more than anything, and the materials and the luxury feel, but yeah, sound quality wise, no, I would still take the Bowers and Wilkins PX8 over it. Just I feel like these are both fairly like balanced, I would say. It's just that the Bowers and Wilkins has more detail across the board and a bigger soundstage and better noise cancellation, and it's more comfortable. So you just got a lot more wins with the PX8, and it's cheaper, right? MSRP wise, this is cheaper, $700, $1,000. Yeah, so you can find this cheaper as well. And I wouldn't even say the design is Bang & Olufsen's strength here, because they're both nicely designed here. In my opinion, like, I don't think that you're Like what you're paying that $300 extra for is not really giving you an edge in design either, unless you really like that volume dial thing. But no, I don't think there's a... I like both of these designs pretty much equally. So I don't know about you guys, but they're both nicely designed. So yeah, they both have nice materials too. So there's no advantage in the design for Bang & Olufsen here. Yeah, there's just no advantage for the Bang & Olufsen here, actually. They don't compete on anything here, just that nice volume dial. And then I guess if you like the certain design of this one, then sure. But otherwise, yeah, PX8, it's just better in almost every way compared to the Bang & Olufsen's here. Like, you got more comfortable sound quality, noise cancellation, price, everything. The PX8's better. So I mean, I want to give Bang & Olufsen a chance here, but this is why I don't really review too many Bang & Olufsen products. They've always been overpriced to me. So yeah, and then at the full cut Batiste, if you really care about the sound quality, then the full cut Batiste just blows both of these away in terms of the detail retrieval. So yeah, it's just not getting as much noise cancellation as either of these, actually. And yeah, you're not getting the soundstage either. But yeah, if you just care about sound quality, the Focals are really nice. But for me, like in terms of the overall package as a portable wireless headphone for traveling and stuff, I'm still going to go with the PX8s. These are just nicely designed, comfortable, balanced sound, good detail retrieval, not the best, but good, very good detail retrieval for a wireless headphone. Yeah, very solid like noise cancellation, like everything. I guess the Bang & Olufsen folds up like this, so that's nice. The Bowers Wilkins does not do that. But I mean, how much space is that actually saving you? Because you have this big ass case, which is not saving you any space compared to the Bowers Wilkins case. So anyways, yeah, what's the point of even having this if you're not actually like saving that much space in the case? So anyways, yeah, that's my verdict. You guys can stay tuned for the sound comparison test like I always do. I compare these two, and I'm going to throw in the full cut Batiste as well, so you guys can hear that comparison. But yeah, overall between all these really expensive wireless headphones, the Bang & Olufsen H95s are probably the most disappointing out of all of them because it's just so extremely high priced, and you really do not get much for that price. Definitely not in terms of sound quality. You're paying more for the design and materials, but even then, the Bowers & Wilkins, to me, has as good of design and materials as well. So, and it's cheaper, and it's better sound quality and everything else. So, anyways, I cannot recommend the Bang & Olufsen H95s really on anything. Yeah, other than if you can find it, maybe if you can find it for $400 and you really like the design, then sure. But I wouldn't even really recommend it at $600 because you can find the PX8s at $600. So, yeah. I guess one more reason you could get the Bang & Olufsen's is they have more advertised battery life, although like I'm not sure how important that is because you have to recharge both of these anyways. I will note that they don't have any Bluetooth codecs listed on their website, so that's another thing. Like Bowers & Wilkins actually like they list aptX Adaptive, aptX HD, whereas Bang & Olufsen doesn't list any Bluetooth codec. So that's another reason I would go for the Bowers & Wilkins, because they explicitly list what aptX codec that they're using, which you know exactly what type of sound quality you're getting from the Bluetooth. You don't know with the Bang & Olufsen. So yeah, I just like the transparency of the Bowers & Wilkins as well. So that's another win in favor of the Bowers & Wilkins. So for the sound comparison test, I'm also going to add the DALI IO6 because that's another headphone I reviewed. And honestly, I don't think that the H95 even sounds better than the IO6. I think it might actually be at the same level as the DALI IO6, which is like half the price. So yeah, that's something else to consider, and I'll add that into the comparison test as well. So yeah, stay tuned.